Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Nope. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. That is our rightful confession. You see, at one point or another, you and I are going to fail. You and I are going to lose. But it's not about how big the loss is. It's about what goes on inside of us. When we fail, are we going to rebound, learn, or throw our hands up and give up? My great leader, welcome and thank you for tuning into Moments with Inonge, a platform that is dedicated to raising leaders that will impact the world positively through leadership, inspirational, and motivational talks. In this video, I will be sharing 3 lessons from losses. These are actually lessons that my mentor shares, John C. Maxwell. You see, when you sit down with John Maxwell and talk to him about your failures, about your problems, about your losses, he's actually going to tell you that he has made more mistakes, that he has had many losses and many failures. And then for a second, you'll be looking at him and say, wow, how can he say that? Because he's written so many books, he's successful in his career, and he's the world's first leadership guru. So how can he literally say that? And like he knows what's going through your mind, he'll actually pause after telling you that. And then he'll tell you to say, a lot of successful people, if not everybody who is successful, they've had their share of losses and failures. If you lined up 100 highly successful people and asked them if they've failed or if they've lost before on their journey, each one of them would tell you they actually did. They actually did lose and they actually did fail. We can take an example from the former USA president, Donald Trump. Donald Trump at one point was doing so well. And then at another point, he went bankrupt. But then he got up again and did what he knows how to do best. And then there he is. He's built his fortune again. So really, guys, whenever you lose, whenever you fail, you don't have to throw the towel. Remember, it's not sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So let's go into the 3 lessons learned from losses by my mentor, John C. Maxwell. Number 1, there is no success without a failure or loss. You see, success is not where you are. Success is what you have overcome to get to where you are. A lot of people want success, but a lot of people don't want to go through the process. And yet it's a process, and in this process, you're going to, come face to face with obstacles. So success is as a result of overcoming those obstacles. So whenever you're pushing, whenever you're trying, whenever you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, when you fail or you lose, don't give up. Rather, it should always ring in your mind that there is no success without a failure or a loss. And the second lesson that John actually shares from his losses is that failure and losses develop qualities for success. Previously, I've been sharing on the quality humility, which is the spirit of learning. If you haven't been on my page for a while, or if you haven't had the time to just go through my page, please, I would encourage you to go to the page and read what I shared on humility being the spirit of learning. You see, if you don't fail on your journey, or if you don't lose on your journey, what is going to happen is that you're going to be big-headed. You're going to think, okay, you can do these things on your own. You don't need anybody. You know, there is just a level of pride that is going to come upon you. And you know what the Bible says? Pride comes before a fall. So if you don't fail and if you don't lose, there are certain qualities, you know, like a quality of humility that you won't possess. And if you don't possess the quality, for instance, the quality of humility, you won't be able to learn. There's so much that you know, but once you're open to learning, there is so much better that you can do. You can actually be best at what you're doing. So whenever we lose, whenever we fail, it enables us to develop certain qualities for success. And then the third lesson that John shares from his losses is that developing these qualities plus learning from your failures will help you become successful. Look, for instance, the quality I've been sharing about humility. You see, if you learn how to be humble, if you learn, you know, how to learn from your mistakes, because humility talks about learning from your mistakes, you will notice that whenever you fail or whenever you encounter a loss, you don't really have to get stuck. Because trust me, what happens is that when you lose or when you fail at something, it gets to your emotions, and your emotions can actually get you stuck. But if you possess the quality of humility, you're going to realize to say, okay, I made a mistake. Okay, I've encountered a loss. Okay, I've encountered a failure, but I need to learn. Where did I go wrong? How did I contribute? What did I not do right? And the moment you begin to ask those questions, you will find that emotionally you get to heal. And then when you heal emotionally, you realize that you don't have to be stuck. So developing these qualities, you know, these qualities, plus learning from your mistakes, where you went wrong, where you didn't do right, you notice that you begin to become successful because you don't repeat the mistake. So developing these qualities, like the quality that I've been sharing on the quality I've shared, humility, and the qualities that I'll be sharing on Moments with Inonge, plus learning from your failure, will help you to become successful. Like I said, at one point or another, we may fail, we may lose. And there are two things that happen when we encounter a failure or a loss. What happens is that we can either lose and leave, or we can stay and learn. You see, when you have when you fail or when you lose, you can actually look at the loss and leave. You feel ashamed and you leave. Or you can either stay and learn. And if you're going to stay, you don't have to lose. Because you'll be learning. If you're going to stay on whatever it is, for instance, if you're doing a business and you've encountered a loss, instead of just closing that business totally, but you decide to stay, what is going to happen is that you're going to open your mind to say, where did I fail? Where did I lose? Where did I go wrong? How did I do this? How did I contribute? And as you are asking yourself those questions, you're going to be learning. And because you've learned, you know, whenever you find, for instance, maybe you lost your capital, whenever you find more capital and reinvest, what's going to happen is that as you go back into the business, you're going to become a better person. You're going to do things better. So as you stay and learn, you become better, you possess better qualities. But if you lose, and then you look at your loss, and you are ashamed, and you decide to leave, what is going to happen is that you're going to ignore the mistake that you made. You're going to put the blame on others. Because you haven't stayed to learn, you don't possess humility, you possess the spirit of pride. And what the spirit of pride usually does is that it blames others for the loss. So you're going to blame others for the loss, meaning that in whatever endeavor you'll be going to from where you are, you're going to repeat the same mistake. Why? Because you haven't learned. So guys, from me to you, it's sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Not sometimes you win, sometimes you fail. Stay tuned for the post that I'll be posting on Moments with Inonge. I'm going to be looking at reality, the foundation of learning. I just wrapped up on humility, which is the spirit of learning. So we're going to be looking at reality, the foundation of learning. Thank you so much for tuning into Moments with Inonge. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for dropping your comments. I'm just going to go through just a few comments that I can see right now. We have Joseph, and Joseph says, wow, don't give up. Indeed, Joseph, don't give up. If you make a mistake, stay and learn. Learn from your mistakes. Where did you go wrong? How did you contribute? What did you do? How can you do it better? And we have a comment from Stella, and Stella says, powerful message. Thank you so much, Stella, for tuning in. Thank you for that comment, and thank you for liking as well as sharing. And then we have a comment from Clement, and Clement says, great. Thank you so much, Clement, for tuning into Moments with Inonge. Please stay tuned and be transformed. Remember to like and share this page. Remember to also like our YouTube page. Remember to follow us on Instagram as well as TikTok. It's Moments with Inonge. Guys, from me to you, have a wonderful day. Stay productive, and remember, it doesn't matter the mistake that you make. If you possess the spirit of humility, you will learn from it and get better at doing what you're doing. So stay positive and keep moving.